I always thought I had a pretty normal life. Steady job, decent house, beautiful wife. You know, the whole American dream package. But that was before I walked into my living room last Tuesday night and found my dad's shirt draped over the back of my couch. My wife's lipstick smeared across the collar like a crime scene waiting to be discovered. I wanted to believe it was a mistake. Maybe he spilled something and she offered to wash it. Maybe. Then I heard it. The muffled sound of laughter from upstairs. My dad's deep chuckle, my wife's giggle. My stomach twisted into knots as I climbed the stairs, each creak under my feet sealing my fate. I pushed open the bedroom door, and there they were. My father, half naked, his silver hair tangled in my wife's fingers as she straddled him like they'd been doing this for years. Jesus Christ, I choked out. My wife shrieked, scrambling off him. My dad, the man who taught me how to ride a bike, how to throw a football, just sat there. He had the nerve to grin at me. "Son," he said, "I was going to tell you." "Tell me? Tell me." My brain short-circuited. I didn't know whether to laugh, cry, or throw him out the window. But then my wife spoke, and her words shattered me all over again. "It's not what you think," she said breathlessly. "We didn't want to hurt you." "Oh, really?" I spat. "So you were just testing out the structural integrity of my bed?" Then came the real kicker. "We're in love," my dad said. Love. Love. My entire reality fractured like a cheap mirror. "Dude," I said, barely breathing, "you're 62. She's 28. What kind of sick—" "Shut up and listen," my dad interrupted. "There's something else you need to know." As if things couldn't get any worse, he looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You were adopted." Silence. Deafening, all-consuming silence. "What?" "You're not biologically my son," he continued. "I didn't want you to find out this way, but it just happened. It just happened." Like they tripped and fell onto each other naked. My heartbeat roared in my ears, my vision darkening at the edges. "You're lying," I whispered. But then my wife, my wonderful, loving wife, who once promised to be faithful to me, nodded. "He's not lying," she murmured. "I saw the papers." I stumbled back. This couldn't be real. I had memories, years of moments that were suddenly cast into doubt. Was my childhood a lie? My family a fabrication? And why the hell was my wife involved in this twisted reveal, like she was the main character? "I wanted to tell you sooner," my dad said, as if that made it better. "But we figured—" "We," I growled. "Since when are you a we?" They shared a look of understanding, of something long brewing beneath the surface. And that's when I saw it. The way they moved, how their bodies aligned so naturally, how she wasn't pulling away from him, but rather leaning in. It hit me all at once. "How long?" My voice was hollow like a graveyard whisper. My wife hesitated. My dad, no, this stranger in my house, sighed. "A year," she said quietly. "A year, a whole damn year." While I was at work, while I was sleeping beside her, while I was telling myself we were happy, something inside me snapped. My entire life had been a joke, and I was the punchline. And then the final bomb dropped. "I'm pregnant," my wife whispered, her voice barely audible. I laughed, a bitter, humorless laugh that echoed through the walls. "Is it?" I couldn't even finish the sentence. She bit her lip. My dad placed a protective hand over her stomach. My father's child, my wife's baby, my non-existent DNA. I turned and walked away. Because what else do you do when your whole world burns down in a single night?